listening to Final Frontier News.
Black liquid coming out of his mouth? I didn't read that. Leah says, "Yeah. What do you? Well, what the hell?
Are you doing some kind of intro for the show? Or?
Yeah, this is. Well, I'm recording this now. But no, it's.
No cussing.
Yeah, he sent a message to his mother. Now some people would say, "Oh, he killed himself," you know. But he knew he was going to be killed. So he found out something. You think? Leah's done. What did he know, Dave? Do you know?
Yep.
All right. Well, I like that.
Well, just give me a second here while I pull up the article.
Okay. I was reading it earlier today, but I already forgot half of it. But I was just like, well, it was the first thing I walked in. One of my guys at work, he would hate if he probably heard me call him that, but he was like, I just read this thing last night, and he told me, he goes, you got to check this out. And he sent me the link, and I was like, whoa, because actually I've sent him Final Frontier News, and he's kind of liked it. What, Leah? Yeah, it's Matt. He's into Bigfoot. Yeah.
So here's the byline. UFO expert found dead after vomiting black liquid. Texted mother warning days before his death. So essentially what he texted her was, quote, "Your boy's in trouble. If anything happens to me, investigate." And
wow.
He was found shortly after. He was staying with a friend.
I would tell my mother to not. I would be like, don't investigate.
He was sleeping on a couch, and apparently he vomited this black liquid when he died. And no autopsy was done. Several requests were made by the mother, and
wow.
The authorities would not do so, and they just classified the death as natural causes.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if he was drinking a bottle of Pennzoil, I guess so.
Crying out loud, yeah.
It's hard to say, but I did read the article, and it was very bizarre. He spent a lot of time. He was, like, for real with this UFO stuff. That is very, very creepy.
Well, you'd think he'd put a little more in his text about what he had seen that,
yeah.
Thus far.
You would think that.
Unless maybe he did, and I mean, whatever you guys are reading, I'm sure that it's only
he had been
part of it.
But that's the thing, though. This is just, guys, think. This is just not out of the blue. This guy, Max Spiers, had actually been involved in investigating the UFO phenomenon for quite a few years, and he had been interviewing people of a very high level of governments there in Poland and in Europe, and he seems to have ruffled some feathers.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really strange.
It's creepy.
It is creepy.
Like that, yeah. Just that last edition of what you said there, Dave.
Well, I was going into X-ray flares, and then Dave, reminded me of that. I forgot all about it. What do you think he could have found out? Like, this was... You think he was going to put someone's name on something they didn't want their name in it? Or, you think, he opened up a box, he found... what could this guy... I think, was it the FBI, or was it somebody else somebody was tweeting today about this, officials saying, we don't kill people, we investigate them, and...
Oh, wait, what's the headline?
It's probably UFO hunter. You have to ask Dave.
Oh, okay.
UFO expert found dead after vomiting black liquid. Texted mother warning days before his death.
Yeah. It's everywhere. That's the Washington Post.
Okay.
Well, this stuff is. It's not surprising, right? You find something out and bam, they're gone.
No, it's not surprising. It's surprising that it's made such circulation. Maybe
had he not texted. That's the thing. Had he not really texted, this would be like a very side story where it's like UFO hunter found dead. I wonder what happened. But because he texted his mother, and it's become a thing, that's the part that catches on as a news story for all these people.
Then the Men in Black guys come with the red light and everything.
Well, it doesn't help when the government doesn't want to conduct a proper autopsy
Oh yeah, this is one of those.
That's really.
This is one of those.
Fishy.
Oh, autopsy's going to come back in 3 months. Yet all these other times they can get an autopsy done within like a week. You find out things, but this is one of those ones, of course, where it's going to be what 3 months before they say something, about him.
Oh well, the way you said it before, I thought that they said they like denied completely. I thought, but they just said it would take longer.
I think from what I read that it's not over. It's going to take them months, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
Dave's
well, yeah,
the better reader.
they want to go for
Dave's the better
I
reader.
don't know.
Nick Pope is the one on Twitter that said the death of Max Spiers was a tragedy, but having run the UK government's UFO project, I promise we don't go around killing UFO researchers. Well, Nick, no one said that the person who ran the UFO project is the one that killed him. I mean, I don't think that the people that run the UFO project killed him.
Yeah.
That's a typical response of somebody that wants to attempt to discredit any investigation to, proper interest in strange phenomenon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong in being interested in these things that we don't know of, but when you have individuals that start to ridicule of that, it's only logical to start to question why they would ridicule something that, in all fairness, if you discuss it normally, shouldn't be a big deal if it's not a problem.
Yeah, why did this guy even say anything about this? This guy should have not said anything. Now he's put himself in the... I mean, he looks like a creepo anyway on Twitter, but...
Well,
oh my Christ.
It's definitely an interesting deal. I mean...
He's only following
more stuff
one
like
guy.
this comes out, I guess. More like things that... if this didn't, like you said if he didn't text his mom.
Oh, check this out.
We would have never known.
Let me check
God knows
this.
how much that
Check
happened.
this out. Nick Pope ran the British government's UFO project, and it's the world-leading authority on UFOs. Okay, this guy gets murdered, and this guy comes out and says that we don't murder people. Why would this guy come out and say that? What the hell does he have to do with it? And then look at this. He's following one person, John Podesta, founder of Amprog, White House COS to press, at Bill Clinton, FMR counselor to POTUS, chair of Hillary Clinton. So Nick Pope, who for some reason came out to talk on this, for some bizarre reason, has a big tie to the Clintons. That's bizarre. And he looks like a creepo.
That's very bizarre.
Yeah,
it's right on time.
He sure is.
Very bizarre.
I just went to his Twitter. Man, he looks like a creepo.
And when you have connections to the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation, there's always something very questionable of that as well.
Should just attach this video to the other one we did.
Yeah, I almost want to tweet him. Why are you so worried about it? Oh, maybe because the only person you follow are the Clintons. Except I don't want to end up dead tomorrow, so I'm not going to tweet him.
We'll just say it.
We'll just say it here, yeah. Obviously, this guy doesn't have a problem that this poor scared guy who was searching for UFOs was killed. So who knows what he'll do?
It's more the way they handled it that makes you go, what the heck, like what's going on?
Right.
Because it's like that happened, okay, but then it's just the way that they went about it, where you're like, why is it gonna take so long with the autopsy and everything? It's just, and then the Clinton thing, that's just funny. I mean, what was the other thing you opened up on this thing, this podcast with that you want to talk about?
I just tweeted him. I invited him to be on the show. Come on, be on this show. It's very, very, very interesting, very bizarre, very creepy, to be honest. But who knows? Nobody knows. I mean, he could be completely... the only thing I could think is that people attacked him, and that he's like has to respond to that. Some people said, "Look, you killed this guy," and then he's like, "What do we? What does this have to do with it? We don't go around killing people for UFOs." And again, I think that you're right. Maybe you don't. But somebody does, maybe. Somebody else, a secret government, a secret police, police that we know about, CIA, FBI, people, who knows? So, I don't know. But why this? What black stuff did they find? Did they say, like, this is a chemical? This is, you don't just find black stuff and say natural causes. I mean, did he have oil in his mouth? What is this stuff? There's no mention of what it is, right?
No, there was no test on that liquid either.
That's crazy. How can there be no test? That is the most bizarre.
Well, nothing that was released. Anyway.
Who reported that is what? Did the police find it? Because you always get the police show up. They may not know. They're just there, like they always are. Oh, we got black
No, they
stuff
grab
on.
it and they go, "Hey, I ain't touching it."
No, the mother requested all this, and they said no, and they didn't do any tests on the liquid.
Nice. Well, that makes.
That's just weird.
That makes
that doesn't. I don't believe that because that just wouldn't make. I don't know. The whole thing's weird.
No idea. Bizarre stuff.
The least weird of it was that he was a UFO expert.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, never mind what this guy was doing. I wonder if he had a YouTube channel or something like that. Max Spiers, Spiers. Very, very strange. Not related to Britney, but in this photo that everybody's using of him with all the pink stuff in the background, he'd be right there in the music video with her. He was 39 years old, right? 39-year-old? Yeah, he's 39 years old. Now, he had 2 kids, too. That's terrible. Well, there you go, guys. What do you think happened? Start looking into it. I don't know. There you have it. Final Frontier News. More to come. More videos to come.
From the furthest reaches of the universe to the innermost depths of the mind, this is Final Frontier News.
Thank you guys so much for supporting Final Frontier News. In just a second on the top right, a donation button is going to appear where you can donate to us to support this show. At this time, we could use the help to launch ourselves and get the website and get everything rolling. We do really want to get back to providing multiple episodes for you every week. We hope we can do that, and if you guys contribute, it would definitely help us moving forward. But otherwise, enjoy Final Frontier News on YouTube.